Okay, this is the beginning of part 2. Putting a whole new frame head and Napoleon's hat on the front of this. Cleaned up the area, and I'm ready to go. It's easier to start when you got a nice clean area to work in. I looked at it, think I have it figured out. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure I got it figured out. But the first thing I want to do is grind down all these welds. And clean all that up and then see what's underneath there. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to start cleaning that stuff up. Okay, one side done. We're going to switch over to the other side now. Okay, we got rid of all the ugly. Now it's time to start figuring this out. I'll show you what the next move is. It's actually like a puzzle. You just have to put the pieces where they belong. The Napoleon's hat, I know, goes right to here on each side. This is probably a little low now because it needs to be pulled up onto this. But I'm going to put this on to show you how it fits. We're getting somewhere. This isn't tacked on or anything, but I just wanted to show you. This is where it's going to go, and you can tell because it goes right up to the plate on both sides. Here's the front end of it. It's looking so much better already. And right here, you can see there's 2 layers under here. What we have to do is we have to cut this layer off right here. The top outer layer. And then the second layer comes out to here, which is so strong. Once we cut that off, we tack the head back on. And once we tack the head back on, we're going to drill holes. And we're going to plug weld them to make sure that it's nice and strong. And we'll weld them on the seam. We'll weld it to the header like it was to the Napoleon's hat. And we'll do these plug welds. And that baby ain't going nowhere. So, as usual, we love when things work out. Just takes time and thinking, and you can't be scared. You just got to dive in and do it. Once you start, you got to finish. All right, we're going to move on to the next stage. Okay, we're going to start tacking the Napoleon hat in. So we'll clean up some areas where we're going to tack. Okay, we got one tack there. We're going to do the other side now. Okay, we're not just haphazardly welding this. We took measurements, and this is exactly where the frame head was. And this is where the new one's going. Main thing when you do something like this, you have to take a ton of measurements. You want to make sure you're level, you're parallel, everything. So you need tons of measurements. Make a little drawing for yourself. Maybe even take a picture of the project before you get started. But that's what you want to do. Okay, we got that tacked. Now we want to figure out what our next move is. Okay, I believe our next move is going to be, we're going to take this is two layers of about approximately 1/8" steel. We're going to take the top layer off and then try to fit the new frame head. So we're going to cut this now and peel this layer off. Okay, we're still not 100% sure what we're going to do here, but for right now we're going to try to cut a line along this tape, and then we'll figure out our next move. Okay, we're looking for that. That's looking good. See, that's welded. You can't see it from this angle, but the hole where the gas line comes out, that's welded all around there. So I'm going to have to cut that out separate. Okay, the inner layer came off. Now we're going to clean this up and decide where we're going after that. Okay, here's where we're at. I cut the intersection out of here. This has an intersection. See the second layer? Well, I want to cut the outside of this off to match with this. And then the inner structure will still go in there, and I'll drill it and plug weld it. I'll drill it and plug weld it, and I'll also weld the seam. And it'll be just like new, strong as can be. So now we have to figure out where to cut the new frame head. So let me brainstorm a little bit, and I'll be right back. Okay, here's where I'm going with this. My measurements I took, when it's all together, the original ended up at 23¼ inches at the very end. When I measured what I should have on there, I come up with 6 1/8. So I'm actually going to cut this at 6. And it should be exactly what I want. So we'll see. 23¼ 6. I'm getting that 23¼ from the center of this hole out 23¼ just so you know, from the center of this hole out. And that's why I was able to measure from here to here and figure how much I have to cut off here. A little bit of figuring going on, but you really gotta, think about it, and you want to do it right, so take your time. All right, let's start cutting. One layer. Be careful not to go through the two. I see there's a couple welds inside I gotta cut. See how she fits. I put it up on a jack and a milk crate so I don't have to be holding the weight. I can see it's working the way I want it to work, but I have to cut more because I need these pieces to fit like they should under these Napoleon hat holes. So I'm going to cut another small layer off and then go from there. Okay, we got that bolted down. Same on the other side. In the center here, like I said, we're going to weld this gap up, and we're going to weld the gap up on the other side. Then we're going to overlap both of them. Then I'm going to drill some holes in here, and we're going to put plug welds in. And that baby will be stronger than it was factory. All right, stick in there. I'm going to get tacking. I'm going to tack it all together. One thing I forgot to show you, the bubble. That's on the frame head. That's the flattest spot. There's the frame. So we're level. That frame head is beautiful. Plus, from here to here, like I mentioned before, I have 23¼ inches. That's what the original measurement was. So we're right on. All right, we'll do the other side now. One plug weld. What we're going to do the other side. What I'm doing, I'm going around the outside and just spot welding it, building it up. Then I'm working my way to the middle. I'll do that on all of them. Okay, here we are. It's been a very full day. All that's left now is little pieces like this piece on the side. I got a patch. I got to get the running board or the floorboards nailed back down here to the Napoleons hat. But she's looking good. All my measurements are lining up perfect. Enjoy your project. Don't be afraid to start. That's the hardest part. All right, see you in the next one when we button this all up. Also, in the end of the next one, we'll be flipping it over, showing you what we plan on doing on the bottom. And also, I got a bunch of boxes I'd like to show you. All right, bye-bye.